the GW Bridge, so we've got delays there. And the Deegan, a lot of people heading there instead. As a result, we've got a lot of very heavy traffic from Mott Haven all the way up to the GW Bridge. Speaking of the GW Bridge, here's what you need to know about your bridges and tunnels. GW Bridge, outbound side, about a 10-minute backup. Inbound, we've got some pothole repairs and looks like about a 10 to 15-minute wait. 10 to 15 Lincoln, as well as the Holland tunnels. Alternate side of street parking rules suspended. Meter rules, though, still apply. I'm Bill Powers. Next report, 11:51 on 1010 Win.
All right, Billy, thank you. Got a pretty bizarre weather pattern. It's gorgeous out there right now. We're headed to 60 degrees today. Yes, it's mid-February. I'm looking at the calendar, too, and scratching my head. But then things do bottom out. We are expecting snow tomorrow. We get an update with AccuWeather.
Near record warmth out there today. Temperatures up into the low 60s, near the record in the park of 62 set 4 years ago. But colder air is going to plunge in tonight. Believe it or not, we'll see a little bit of snow break out late tonight. It can be mixed with rain at the onset. Temperatures plummet through the 40s and 30s tonight, and we'll be in the low 30s tomorrow morning as the snow continues. There can be 1 to as much as 3 inches of accumulation, certainly leading toward the lower end of that range. And a lot of streets and sidewalks probably wet, slushy at worst. But there could be some slippery spots out there for tomorrow morning.
AccuWeather's John Feerick. Thank you, sir. Of course, keep it locked to 1010 Wins for everything you need to know about the wacky winter warm-up we've got going on today, and then the free fall to freezing later on tonight, and snow tomorrow. We'll get you through it all. The United States has begun evacuating the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine over concerns that a Russian invasion is imminent.
As President Biden prepared to speak to Vladimir Putin from Camp David, and Secretary of State Blinken did likewise ahead of overseas talks with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov, came word the U.S. planned to evacuate its embassy in the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv, on intelligence indications that a Russian invasion could be near. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
If Russia proceeds, its long-term power and influence will be diminished, not enhanced by an invasion.
He also urged Americans still in Ukraine to get out this weekend. Other Western nations did the same.
Yeah, Germany telling its citizens to get out immediately, according to the German Foreign Ministry. That was correspondent Tom Foti. President Biden on a phone call right now with Russian President Vladimir Putin. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to speak to his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, a bit later today as well. Wins News Time 11:45. Here is Mark Renee checking in with sports.
Well, the countdown continues towards Super Bowl 56 tomorrow night in Los Angeles, where a couple of former Giants could be big-time contributors. Eli Apple is now a cornerback for the Bengals, while Odell Beckham's taken his receiver challenge to the Rams, and he said he's very happy to be playing in a Super Bowl for the first time in his career.
You know, Coach always talks about, he's like, where would you rather be? And, you know, I had this realization usually around this time, you know, my brothers are in town and they're enjoying the events and all these things. And just to be able to be here, and I'm preparing for the big game and not, you know, here for the events and all that. It's just truly a blessing.
Meantime, both teams Friday released their final injury reports. L.A. tight end Tyler Higbee is out. Cincinnati tight end C.J. Uzomah questionable. They've both been dealing with knee injuries. NBA, the Knicks back in action late this afternoon. They'll visit the Portland Trailblazers, finishing a 5-game road trip. Nets play tonight down in Miami. Brooklyn general manager Sean Marks Friday addressing the James Harden trade to Philly. Said the deal came together a lot faster than some people might think.
This was something that James and myself talked about over the last few days. Daryl Morey and myself began to have conversations only briefly, only really hours and little on a couple days prior to the trade deadline. And it moved relatively quickly from there.
Ben Simmons not yet available to play for the Nets, but Seth Curry and Andre Drummond are both officially questionable. And the NHL tonight, once again, it's just the Islanders in action locally. They're on the road in Calgary. Mark Renee, 1010 Wins Sports.
Mark, thank you. Wins News Time 11:46. The last-ditch effort by some city workers to remain unvaccinated and on the job has failed. 4,000 employees now have their jobs on the line since they have refused that vaccination. Mayor Eric Adams says his administration is working this weekend to determine just who will get the boot. This decision from the Brooklyn federal court judge coming after a protest.
Denied. We will not comply.
Workers marching to City Hall. Mayor Adams, though, says these people weren't fired. He says they quit on the city since they chose not to follow the rules. This guy, though, says he retired rather than follow the mandate.
No, I'm not fired. I'm retired. I retired because of the mandate.
1010 Win spoke with him at the rally.
I was forced to retire. I was
forced to put my retirement papers in order to take time that I had earned.
The decision by the Brooklyn federal judge not the only legal challenge either. The U.S. Supreme Court yesterday refused to hear the appeal by some city teachers who sued to block the vaccine mandate, so that mandate stands. Poly Prep Country Day School backtracking after it initially announced they would drop their masking requirement. The expensive elite Brooklyn school now says they will continue to require masks. Bit of an oops. The state and city health department stepped in, got in touch with them, and said, yeah, you can't really drop it just yet. That would be a violation. Governor Kathy Hochul has lifted some mandates in recent days, but the school mask requirement, that's not one of them. Police have made arrests in the shooting of an off-duty cop who was shot leaving the vigil of a deceased community member. We told you about this last weekend. And police have arrested two teenagers, a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old, have both been charged with attempted murder. The 17-year-old male also hit with additional charges of assault on a police officer with a deadly weapon and criminal possession of a weapon. The cop who was shot in the foot. He is expected to make a full recovery. Some troubling moments by Pearl River High School basketball fans. A black player from Nyack standing at the free throw line. And somebody on the Pearl River side started making monkey sounds. You can hear a bit of it here. Disgraceful. Pearl River's lineup all white. Just 2% of the Pearl River School District is black. Nyack School Board President Terrence Rock telling the Journal News he wants to know why nobody stopped the Pearl River crowd from making the offensive noises. Pearl River Superintendent Marco Pochintesta putting out a letter to the community and acknowledging the incident. He says, and I'll quote him here, this behavior will not be tolerated under any circumstances, and the students involved will be addressed. New York Public High School Athletic Association also weighing in, calling Pearl River's fans' verbal attacks disturbing, alarming, and disappointing. Winds news time, 11:49. We've got 52 degrees right now. Partly I'm going to call it partly sunny. We are headed up to 60 degrees. Really just a very strangely warm day in February. Snow is on the way. You know what else is on the way? Traffic, transit, and AccuWeather next.
With more contagious variants and indoor activities, COVID-19 is on the rise. But there are steps we can take to keep ourselves healthy. Get vaccinated and boosted. Get tested if you have symptoms or were potentially exposed while traveling or attending a gathering. Mask up, even if you are vaccinated. Stay home if you are feeling sick. Step up to stop the spread, NYC. For a vaccination site, visit nyc.gov/COVID vaccine or call 877-VAX4NYC.
Hey, New York City business owners, stop overpaying for internet and phone. Switch to Spectrum Business and get New York City's best deal for small businesses. Get blazing fast internet speeds of 600 megabits per second for just $49.99 a month and phone for just $19.99 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's faster internet at an incredible price. Other providers don't even come close. Make the switch to Spectrum Business. Visit business.spectrum.com/ultra.
Attention homeowners. Are you behind on your mortgage? Did your bank promise you a loan modification and is now giving you the runaround? Fine Law Offices has helped thousands of your neighbors lower their monthly mortgages and save their homes. Call 1-800-503-1125. That's 1-800-503-1125. If you need legal help now with your mortgage, call 1-800-503-1125. That's 1-800-503-1125. Stop playing the paperwork game with your mortgage company. Let Fine Law Offices fix your mortgage now. Call 1-800-503-1125. That's 1-800-503-1125. At Fine Law Offices, nobody pushes their clients around. Nobody. Call 1-800-503-1125 for your free consultation now. Call 1-800-503-1125 or visit them at finelawoffices.com. That's finelawoffices.com.
Always wanted a Jersey Shore mansion? With a $172 million Powerball jackpot win, you could buy the shore home of your dreams. Plus one for everyone in your family. It's just that many millions. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Winds news time, 11:51. Traffic and transit. Here is Bill Powers.
And if you're trying to get across the Hudson River, here's what you need to know about your bridges and tunnels. Inbound upper deck of the GW Bridge, we've got pothole repairs, intermittent lane closures, so anticipate some slowdowns, about a 10-minute wait if you go upper or lower. Outbound GW Bridge, about a 20-minute wait. Lincoln's going to cost you 10 both directions, 5 to 10 for you over at the Holland Tunnel. Now, we haven't mentioned Brooklyn in a while. That's because we've had other things brewing, but you know that it's going to be bumper to bumper on the VQE. Westbound side from, we're going to call it Flushing Avenue, all the way down in towards Atlantic Avenue, and the eastbound side from the Gowanus over by the Prospect right on up in towards Atlantic Avenue. That is due to an ongoing construction project. You've also got delays over on the Belt Parkway. This is going to be on the eastbound side as you travel on up in towards Rockaway Parkway. No incidents being reported, but plenty of volume. And we have an accident in Staten Island. Looks like it's on the eastbound Staten Island Expressway right around the area of Moselle Avenue, and that's going to cause delays, and then you're going to remain heavy as you go on to and over the Verrazano Bridge heading into Brooklyn. Alternate side street parking rules, they are suspended today for Lincoln's birthday, but meter rules still apply. I'm Bill Powers. Next report coming up at 12:01 on 1010 Wins.
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 7 years running. Visit Subaru online at Subaru.com or stop in at your local Subaru retailer. Test drive a new Subaru today.
We'll get the Ymca with a 4-day forecast now. We check in with meteorologist John Feerick.
Yeah, spring-like day out there today with clouds and sun. We're up near the record of 62 set back in 2018. Colder air, though, does start to plunge in this evening, and we'll fall through the 40s and 30s pretty quickly tonight as some snow actually begins late tonight. And not out of the question there's some rain at the onset, but it looks like mostly snow late tonight into tomorrow morning. And there could be a slushy 1 to as much as 3 inches for the city, Long Island, central New Jersey. Coating to an inch to the north and west of the city. Again, a few slippery spots, but mostly wet to slushy roads across the region. Temperatures in the 30s tomorrow, then temperatures plummet into the teens tomorrow night. So anything left over wet will certainly freeze solid if it's untreated. A brisk cold day on Monday, the high just 28, and then temperatures rebound Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now in Central Park, 57 with some sun, going up to 60 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Feerick on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Thank you, John. 58 degrees right now in Bay Ridge, 58 in West Hempstead, 54 degrees this morning in Greenburgh. Wins News Time, 11:54. This Renaissance woman is an influential leader in her community. As we celebrate Black History Month here at 1010 Wins, this woman also received a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award from President Barack Obama.
If the so-called battery bunny ever runs out of juice, we've already found a replacement.
It's so funny. I've had many friends that call me the Energizer Bunny.
That's because she's non-stop.
Serving others is at the core of what I love to do.
Meet Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, author, philanthropist, business owner, and the ultimate volunteer.
Larry, I'm on a mission to use my voice to inspire people to do more with what they have.
Former President Barack Obama picked up on it, awarding her the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for volunteer service.
It's a shock to receive anything that says Lifetime Achievement when I think I'm still very young.
Dr. Grant is the Chief Brilliance Officer of C&G Enterprises, which provides professional development training and empowerment.
I think I was busier throughout COVID because more people needed a system to cope with the unknown.
She even wrote a book about it, Action, Despite the Distraction. Go figure. For Black History Month, Larry Mullins, 1010 Wins News.
Black History Month on 1010 Wins, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. And for much, much more on our Black History celebration, visit 1010wins.com/Black History.
The musical comedy Funny Girl is back for the first time ever, and Broadway audiences are the luckiest people in the world. Jeannie Feldstein stars alongside Ramin Karimloo, Jared Grimes, and me, Jane Lynch. This dazzling toe-tapping score featuring People and Don't Rain on My Parade comes to Broadway this spring. Funny Girl. Get your tickets today.
The ongoing breakfast debate deal. There are 3 schools of thought about dipping your McDonald's breakfast in ketchup. The first is that it enhances it. The second is that it doesn't. And the third is that it's just exciting to have an excuse to try more than one breakfast sandwich.
That hit the spot.
Enjoy a sausage McMuffin with egg, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or chicken McGriddles. Mix and match any two for just $5. Price and participation may vary. Single item at regular price cannot be combined with any other offer.
Wins News Time, 11:56 now. Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Nathan Hager.
Super Bowl weekend is here, but the ads have been around for a couple weeks now. And if there's any theme to this year's high-priced commercials, it may be fun is back.
We're teasing commercials now?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Right, like a movie trailer.
Even that teaser from Lay's potato chips shows things are much different than last year.
The middle has been a hard place to get to lately.
When ads like that one from Jeep set the tone. This year, Arnold Schwarzenegger's dressed up as Zeus selling electric BMWs.
I want to be a spokesman for Booking.com.
Idris Elba's getting fans ready to travel again. How's that for thinking post-pandemic? Even the Budweiser Clydesdales are back. Anheuser-Busch has booked 4 minutes of commercials. Broadcaster NBC sold more than 70 ads for about $6.5 million for each 30-second slot. More than 100 million of us are expected to see them if the game doesn't get in the way. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Nathan Hager for 1010 Wins.
When you order your Walgreens prescriptions with same-day delivery, it's possible you'll experience some side effects. Side effects may include joy, that you won't run out of your pills, and disbelief at just how crazy fast the delivery came right to your door. Get your same-day prescription refill today on the Walgreens app.
To use same-day RX delivery or 1 to 2 business day delivery, you must be opted into prescription status alerts. It will appear as an option of orders before that store's